So this is a very short, simple video on how to use depth of field in Maya. And the reason we want to do that is sometimes we don't always want to see everything that's in our shot. Sometimes we want to blur out the background so that the viewer, the audience, just focuses on what's in the foreground. So let me show you a render I've done a minute ago. So this is a render of a very simple lighting setup that I did in Maya. This is using the Arnold renderer. And to see how to do this lighting setup, you just go to the blog and search for physical sky, which will show you how to do it. It's a very, very simple lighting setup in Arnold, and we can do it very, very quickly. So I'm just going to search for physical sky, and it will take you to the right blog post. So here it is, basic lighting in Arnold physical sky. It will get you very, very simple lighting very, very quickly. Okay, back to the shot. So you can see that everything in this shot here is in focus. All the background elements, all the foreground elements, everything is in focus. This is what you might call deep focus. But let's say we want the background elements to be out of focus and just look at the lamp. So what do we do to change that? Here's how to fix it. So the first thing you do is open up your shot like I've done here, and then you're going to go to your camera. So I'm going to select the camera. There's my shot camera, which should be locked off, by the way. Right click, lock selected. Actually, you can even do it just up here just by clicking on the lock camera button. There you go, it'll go grey, now it's locked off. And we want to go Control A to open up the attribute editor on the camera. So if that's not working for us, let's go Windows Outliner, select the camera and go Control A. There we go, that's the attribute editor opened up. And now we want to turn on depth of field. So we got to find that. So you can see it here, it's one of the tabs. So I open up depth of field and I need to turn that on, right? Depth of field must be on. Now in the Arnold tab, you can go into aperture size and adjust those settings to see what the effect is. But there's a much more scientific way of doing it, which I'll show you how to do now. So what we want to do is go to display, heads up display, and make sure that where is it? Object details is turned on. Okay, so we need to turn on object details, and then you'll see here distance from camera 0.057. So all we need to do now is select an object, in this case the head of the lamp, and that will tell us what the distance is from the camera. So let's go ahead and select that. So I'm going to hit spacebar and I'm going to go to the perspective view, and I'm going to hit spacebar again, and then I'm going to find the lamp. I'm going to select the object. We need to turn on NURB surfaces, and then I'll just select the lamp head. Actually, even better, let me go into Windows Outliner and select the Pixo Junior rig there. Now that will now tell me, if I go back to the camera view, distance from camera is 77. So that's the distance from the camera. So that's the number we want to punch in. So let's go back to our camera, find that in the outliner, go Control A and find the attribute editor. So back into the shot cam shape node, and then we're going to find the depth of field setting. So let's go back to depth of field, and we want the Arnold tab. That's this one here. So open up the Arnold tab, and then down here under focus distance, that's where we're going to enter that number. So that number here is 0.057. So let's type that in. 0.05. Actually, have I got that right? No, sorry, correct that. The distance from camera is 77.031 for the lamp, now that I've got it selected. So under focus distance, we want to add that number, 77.031. I'm just going to finish this video in a different shot with different settings, because the old shot just kept crashing and I wasn't able to complete the video using it. I was on a PC, and now I've switched to a Mac. So you can see here that it's the same thing. The distance from camera here for the yellow car is 30.047. So what I need to do is go into my outliner, find the camera, and then once again Control A, and go into those settings and make sure that the settings are correct for that. So if I go into shot cam shape, and then I've got to find Arnold, and I want to make sure that DOF is turned on, and focus distance, that's going to be whatever it was that I just said, 30, approximately 30. And if I then render that, I should find that all I have in the image is the car in the foreground, and everything else is just blurring out in the background. So you can see as this render slowly renders, and again it's the same lighting setup, different scene, but it's physical sky, same lighting setup. You can see the background is now blurred out, which enables us, the audience, just to focus on the thing in the foreground, which is to say the car, and not the background elements. So fiddle around with those settings, see how you get on, but this is a really nice tool for not showing the audience everything that's in the scene, just the bit that you want them to see.